you raise your kundalini, you clean your chakras, try to understand about mantras, you master your mantras, you master your deities, you please them. All these things when they are done properly, then your mental bindings will drop. Those who think they are great scientists, they will know that this is no science. The science of God's technique is much more. Those who think they are overread, well-read people when they read about Sahaja Yoga and work it out on themselves and see for themselves and on others, they will know that whatever they have read is all stupid, has no meaning, is empty. And that's how a kind of an emptiness will come. Emptiness of ego. Because you'll see that knowledge is so great. Like Newton said that knowledge is like an ocean and I'm like a little child collecting some pebbles at its shore. What an understanding. So that emptiness comes in and then the real knowledge starts coming. The identification with real knowledge comes. When you talk, that talk has an effect, that's a mantra. You just don't jabber, oh I know Sahaja Yoga, I've been in Sahaja Yoga for 15 years, good for nothing. You may be there for 100 years, but you may remain the donkey as donkey is. Absolutely. But you may remain there only for 1 year. And you may become from a donkey a human being and a yogi too. But that is what we have to, first of all, decondition ourselves by attaching ourselves emotionally to Mother. I mean, you have an advantage over many other yogis of the world who came for things that nothing to look for. They knew of a primordial mother, they knew about this, but they had no form. You have a form. You are very fortunate and lucky people, you have a form. It's easy to adore a form than to adore something abstract in the air, you see. Absolute consciousness, how do you adore it? Where do you touch it? But that attachment doesn't mean in any way that you have to give me anything. What do you give me? Nothing. But detachment from the cause. And this works out. You have seen it in your lifetime. You also say that it works out, but somehow it worked out. What is bandhan? It's nothing. But you are attaching yourself to your mother. You are just telephoning to her. This is a telephone going to your mother. That's all. You know, I also play with you. I also say, alright, I'll give you a bandhan. I'm giving bandhan to myself. It's a telephone call. Just a telephone call. But the faith has developed now that yes, this is the real faith, where you get completely detached in your emotional things. It's just, my mother, alright, just give her a bandhan, finished. My father, give him a bandhan. My brother, give him a bandhan. What are you doing? Bandhan. What are you doing? You are putting them in the bonds of your mother. But you are not conscious that you are doing that. You are just binding them with the love of your mother which is flowing through your hand. What are these vibrations? It's your mother's love. You've got it. It is flowing through you. But what about your love for your mother? And that is what I find that at the time when there is complete emergency, that surrender comes. And it works. So, there's no need to create any emergencies. You must slow and steadily work it out. And it will build up by itself within you. You will have that power within, I assure you. But meditation is one way, another is the knowledge of Sahaja Yoga. Not showing off, not telling others, but working it out on yourself. Different chakras, how they work out. On yourself, not on others. Once you start teaching others, it's a bhoot. You better learn it for yourself within yourself. I know who has mastered which chakra, which. Nobody tell others this is the way to do it, that is absolute nonsensical ego. So such things should not be done. If somebody asks you, you can tell. Individual. But on a large scale, you do not give lectures on that. And don't confuse people. Now, so we have two things that we have to get over our emotional grossness and our mental grossness. Same with our physical grossness. Physical grossness can be overcome if you surrender yourself to one medicine is vibrations. Like Anupama, my grandchild, told her mother, you were born in allopathy, then you are following homeopathy. Tomorrow you will find out some jumbopathy, then some numbopathy. So, but I am born in God. And I follow only God's path. And God will look after me and God will cure me. So my daughter said, why? You may also change. He said, why? Because God never changes. Simple answer. God will cure me. But you must have that much assent to say that. As you just jump out at the time of emergency. Same sort of an urge, that same sort of a personality should be within you to say that. Just if you say, oh God, please save me. God has no time for such. You have no time for God. God has no time for you. Simple thing. So from sublime to mundane things when we come, we exist in both the things and we are effective. Whether we are in the lamp or in the light or in the oil, we are at a certain point. And we give the effectiveness without being the cause. Because you are beyond the cause. So there is no need to create any cause for anything, but you see the effect. So once the cause is finished, effect is achieved, and is achieved what is to be achieved. The correctness of it. The correct thing you get. You do not get perverse thing. But if you go with the cause, then you can have perversity, you can have all kinds of problems. So the best thing is to detach yourself from causes. And then you get the effect, like as I told you, that the brake got all right. The effect was there. The car was all right. Everything was fine. So the effect was all right. But the cause was lost. There was no cause. Why? How? How the thing was perfected? If you ask the effect of it, you say, how did it get? You can't explain, it didn't work out. So because the cause is missing, you cannot put it to any cause. You sometimes say it's divine whether it worked out. So the only cause that is really effective is divinity. But the divinity should not be just as a mundane sort of a thing. All right, yes, mother's photograph is there, namaste, going. All right, namaste, good morning, mother, finished. That's not it. You have to know your mother and you have to love your mother. That is what it is. It's very embarrassing to say that you must love me. But as a mother in this lifetime, I have done many embarrassing things, and one of them is this. But I don't know how to tell the children. But this is a fact. So you need not go through any emergencies or any such problems. You just develop yourself in such a way that you are so developed that it just acts and works out. So I'll give you a example of that. It works the least in England, surprisingly, where I work the most. Least in England. I'll give a simple example now. You see, you are coming to India. It was decided I don't know how many months back. I've been to India once. And now I'm going second time. And England is the only place where you have to pay the money direct. People have not yet paid. But Australians have done it. Australians who are 80, 85 people have done it. But English have not done it. Everything they are slow. But when it comes to ego, they are the first. Their flags are the first. In ego, where is it generated? In England, the great. So when it comes to doing something, they are the slowest. When it comes to criticism, they are the highest. And then when it comes to the ego, suddenly you see, give them any position, they get it. Why? Again, you can explain. Because there is a cause. We will say it is inertia. Blame someone, or it's a mood, or it's my ego, or my superego, not mine. Myself, I am alright. Some cause. Why you have not paid so far? It's such a problem. I have to go now. If you were not coming, you should not have come. But if you are paid, you better pay for it. Now what's the matter with you? They started with 50 people, now we ended up with 35. We have arranged for it, we have ordered for things, and we have got the buses and all that. Now they are busy. Nobody asked you to come. On the contrary, I was saying keep it low, so that we make it nice. But you cannot have less than 350, or you can have 300, you can have 200, but you cannot just have 210. Where to put them? A simple thing. See on the mundane style. But in other places what they have done? Alright, you have to go, Mother will work it out. It's worked out. Everybody has got money, everything done, it's all here. Americans have done it, surprisingly, but English, they don't know whether they are going or not. Still there are some who are coming, has to run up and down for all of you. I tell you, he is the one who has such patience. And I was amazed that there are still 11 people who have not paid. Can you believe? I mean, it's such a simple thing. If you don't want to go, don't go. If you want to go, you go. Tell him you are not going or you are going. Finish. I mean, nobody wants you there. But even this little thing you cannot, because you have a kind of a cause to show. Because this has happened, because that has happened, because. So the English have to come up much more, because I have really worked for you people very, very hard, and again God has made me work again 5 years more with you. I don't know what we are going to do. Sometimes I feel I should not be back, because no use. This is a small example I give. Very small example. It's very mundane type. You can see in other places also.